Today I want to talk about your demo, or more importantly, which demo or demos should you start with to make sure that you have the best possible chance at landing work out there. So in this video, I'm going to give you two options to start with on a demo. Now, if you're going to go into more of a specialized field and you only want to do that kind of work, then you should start with that kind of demo. But most people who are getting into VO, they want to kind of start broadly, and then the idea is to kind of work your way down and kind of niche down when you get to the point of knowing which way you want to go. Start by asking yourself one question. Where are the most opportunities out there? Where is most of the work happening? So your first demo isn't really about preference, it's more about opportunity. You want to try to figure out where the biggest opportunity is to get work. Are there consistent jobs in that category? Can you realistically perform in whatever genre that you picked? Also, does it give you multiple ways to showcase your range? If the answer to those questions is yes, then you're on the right track. But what a lot of people will do is they'll kind of go off of what sounds fun versus what's going to give them the best chance of being booked. Hello again, my name is Mike Hathcote. I'm a full-time voice actor and I run the Voiceover Blueprint training program and YouTube channel, where our goal is to give you the zero-cost information you need to grow and sustain your profitable voiceover business. And if you want to go a little deeper into that topic, we do a weekly webinar on Tuesday nights at 6 p.m. where you can come and you can ask any questions about getting started in VO. I cover some of the steps to get into VO, as well as some mistakes that could sidetrack you. And just for showing up, I'll throw in a copy of my book, The Voiceover Blueprint, which is the digital download as well as the audiobook plus 4 free gifts. So the webinar is completely free to join. Just click that link down below in the description and pinned comment, and look forward to seeing you there. Okay, before we go into the two demos that I want to talk to you about today, I want you to understand why sometimes people can go wrong. And that is, number one, trying to niche down too early. Because if you're just starting in voiceover, you want to play the field. You want to try to go after as much stuff as you can, especially the stuff that's going to be the most chance of being hired for. So if you're trying to go into, a very specific, character work in video games or whatever, that's okay if that's where you're going to start, but you're probably going to have a much harder time booking that work if all you focus on is that specific track. The better plan is to kind of go after as much stuff as you can, and then the market will start to dictate what you are getting more work in. So if you're finding yourself getting more commercial work, then you can lean into that. If you find yourself getting more, e-learning work, then maybe it's time to lean in that way. So don't base your choice on interest, base it on demand. Where is the most work out there? So the two demos that I want to talk to you about today are commercial and narration. Out of the entire voiceover job pie that's out there, those two categories are going to take up the biggest chunk of the hireable work that's out there. Another problem that can happen is that you can rush into a pro demo too quickly. And this is one of the things that I go into deeper on this webinar on Tuesday night. But one of the biggest mistakes you can do is you can jump into a pro demo too early before you've developed your skills. Because what's going to happen is if you get a demo too early and you continue to improve, then that demo is immediately obsolete, because you've got better talent now. So wait until your chops are honed to pull the trigger on either a single demo or multiple demos. That way you can build up your clientele by basically backing up the demo with your own skill set. Okay, commercial and narration demos. Let's talk about why those two are the best ones to start for most people. With a commercial demo, it's just like it sounds. It's just a bunch of commercial spots where you can showcase the range that you have and you can put that in front of the right clients. Narration demos are a little more nuanced. They can be a little longer, and we're talking about things like e-learning, maybe some documentaries or corporate narration. You can put that on a narration demo. And once you have the narration demo and the commercial demo, those two should cover the majority of the work that's out there. So having those demos is not quite enough. how you approach those demos is more important. So your commercial demo is going to be made up of several different styles of read. You can go everywhere from, your conversational, high energy, warm and caring, maybe gritty, emotional. This way you can kind of take the listener on a journey through all of these different ways that you can perform. Now I'd like to give you a little bit of an example. I'm going to play you my commercial demo. And when you listen to my demo, listen for the different changes in tone and pace and all of that throughout the demo. Listen to the range, and that range is very important to be able to show your clients. So let's see it. Drop the dogs off? Yep. Folded laundry? Did that too. Killed 50 freaking zombies before dinner? Oh yeah. Overkill's The Walking Dead is now available at GameStop. Now excuse me, I gotta go wash these brains off my hands. Because she deserves the best care. Because he never saw that linebacker coming. Because Miguel and Laura are now mom and dad. Because of all of them, we are Kaiser Permanente. Kevin and Jenny were planned. The triplets, not so much. So we got a bigger house and a Honda Pilot. It has the best safety rating in its class and gets great mileage. Which is important because diapers take up most of the budget these days. Spotify lets you share your playlist with the world. Go on, don't be shy. People need to hear your Sunday Spice Girls and Bieber mix. It's all about the tots, baby. Get them free with any combo meal, starting at $5.99, only at Sonic. Gary never thought he'd find himself in Iraq. Of course, he never thought he'd make the cut as a SEAL either. Well, he did. And now that he's home from taking care of us, we're here to take care of him with honest advisors and the best rates on a home loan. Come on into Navy Federal Credit Union and see how we're helping our heroes achieve their dreams. Now, narration demos are a little different. Like I said, they can be a little longer. They're going to really be more about tone and clarity and matching the subject matter that you're talking about. Now I'm going to show you my corporate narration demo. And that corporate narration demo, you'll notice, is a little different from the commercial demo. It's a little longer. It's got a little more subtle performance. It's not all big swings in different kinds of tones and styles, but you can definitely tell the difference. At Morgan Stanley Wealth Management, we believe in putting you at the center of our approach to investing. Our goals planning system is here to help reimagine what planning should be, driven by you and empowered by the innovation, insight, and integrity of Morgan Stanley. What does a promise look like? Is it just words? Or could it be an action, a vision, or a person? At Vanderbilt University Medical Center, our promise is many promises. To keep asking new questions and keep finding new answers. To treat each patient as an individual and to care for our community. At Tesla, your safety and data privacy are one of our top priorities. With Sentry Mode and Dashcam, you have exclusive ownership of your recordings, and you have complete control over the information you share with us, all through our intuitive user interface. Today, top scientists and engineers leverage the immense computational power of supercomputers to address global research challenges. Exascale supercomputers, equivalent to 1 million laptops collaborating on a single problem, surpass the capabilities of traditional platforms. Intel's One API initiative streamlines the accessibility of these systems, facilitating increased innovation throughout the ecosystem. Kroger's Simple Truth is collaborating with Kipster to bring humane, sustainable farms to the U.S. Because what's good for chickens is good for people and our planet. Through an innovative approach to farming, we're keeping chickens' needs at the forefront, giving them a better quality of life while striving for the least environmental impact. We like to call it next-level cage-free living. The U.S. has the world's largest network of roads, over 4 million miles long. Maintaining these roads is a big responsibility. Reclaimed asphalt pavement offers an economical and sustainable solution. Cargill Innova Rejuvenators help reverse the impact of aging on pavement, increasing recycled content and supporting communities. Now, any of these demos, if you get them professionally produced, are not going to be cheap, and that is why you should wait until you have the right skill set to back it up. But a new demo is going to start in the $2,500 range. Now, that may sound like a lot, but if you consider the return on investment opportunity here, for instance, one of the very first demos that I had done years and years ago, about a month after I got that demo back, I submitted for a job, I got the job, and the job paid more than the demo costs. So it's really all about that return on investment. My commercial demo that I'm working on right now is about 6 years old, and I'm still getting good solid work for it. In fact, I just got a job yesterday for $3,000, which once again, more than paid for the demo. And if you think about it, over the course of those 6 years, I've probably made hundreds of thousands of dollars just based on the strength of that initial commercial demo. Now, one last thing I want to mention here, a DIY demo is definitely okay to start. Just know that before you start doing any sort of direct marketing, in other words, reaching directly out to content producers and, commercial producers and video producers, anybody who could use VO, that you do have a professional demo. When you have a DIY demo, that's where you can go on places like Fiverr and Upwork. It helps you practice. It helps you get a little bit of money coming in. But before you can go big, you have to have at least one or more of this kind of demo. So I hope this video has helped you decide which kind of demo you want to start with when you decide to pull the trigger on that all-important professional demo. Either commercial or narration would be the best two places to start. Once again, if you're going to go a little more niche and you want to go into character work or video game work, that's fine. Just make sure that you still have plenty of training and practice before you pull the trigger on those demos. And we're going to go much deeper into what goes into a professionally produced commercial demo on that Tuesday night webinar at 6 p.m. So if you haven't signed up yet, click on that link down in the description below and sign up for free. Get a copy of the book, The Voiceover Blueprint, just for showing up. And I'll see you there. That's it for me. Thank you for being here. Feel free to hit like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you get notified when these drop. And if you want a breakdown of what goes into a professional commercial demo step by step, I did a complete video on that, and you can check it out by clicking right there.